This is not a message against Democratic voters. This is the most important pro-Democratic voter message you will ever hear.
Congressional Democrats are furious that they're actually getting primaried by candidates to the left of them. More progressive candidates are trying to enter this race. Cenk, I feel like this is long overdue. What is your 2 cents?
Yeah, thank God. Now, what I want you to pay attention to in this story is how the Democrats bellyache about, oh, but we got all this money from corruption, and now they're gonna use some of our corrupt money to fight honest Democrats. Boo! We don't want honest Democrats. And of course, CNN helps them with that framing. So I've got a lot of thoughts on this. But number one, make sure you're voting against almost all Democratic incumbents in primaries, okay? They're almost all corrupt, and what they don't want you to find out is that all the donor money is the only thing they serve for 95% of those corrupt Democrats in Congress. The fact that the Republicans are 99% corrupt is not a saving grace for the people that Yaz is about to tell you about. So tell them the story.
Oh yeah. Yep, so there's a lot of them. Not everybody is happy about this. And yeah, as Cenk mentioned, on Monday, CNN published an article about these very annoyed Democrats who feel as though they're owed another term. For context, over 24 congressional Democrats are staring down a competitive primary. So privately, many see the surge in far left challengers as an expensive headache that distracts from the party's goal of seizing control of Congress next November. Very inconvenient, yes. So Democratic Representative Greg Meeks is not one who is being primaried, but many of his colleagues are facing primary challengers. So Meeks told this to CNN. He said, I think we've got individuals who might be caught up in the moment, caught up in the internet. To me, it is them missing the boat though, because what they're upset about and angry about is the president of the United States. And what we should be doing is uniting behind Grace Meng and Adriano Espaillat and Richie Torres. Yeah, so that alone is very crazy to me because like, oh, you're so caught up in the internet. And I feel like what they're doing is the Democrats for so long have been all about, we're anti-Trump. We're not the party of Trump. We're not Trump. Trump is bad. We need to get rid of Trump and get out of Trump, just whatever. Everything has been very Trump-centric for the last decade. And, Meeks is mad that now there's a different strategy. And he's like, we need to, keep focusing on Trump because that is what the Democrats feel have been working for them. And they might feel emboldened after the primary. But anyway, Representative Juan Vargas stated this. He said, the problem is they're attacking their own. It's like attack the other guys. We will have spent this energy and money fighting amongst ourselves, and it's really dumb. It's not dumb. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is projecting confidence though. He said, primaries are a way of life in the House of Representatives. Our members are going to fight hard, make their case to the voters, and come back to office. All right, well, some of the primary challengers are styling themselves after New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani. They're taking a note from him. Democratic Representative Richie Torres is doubting that strategy is going to pay off for them though. Mamdani is exceptional, he said. Not every candidate who claims to be in his mold is the real deal. And of course not. That's why we have an election. That's why we have campaigns, so the people can vet that and decide that for themselves. And according to CNN, the reason that these Democrats are peeved is because they are being forced to spend their own campaign money on defeating a primary challenger now. As he was saying, it's a waste of their time and money. Instead, they would rather help swing purple seats back into the hands of the Democrats. And I don't agree with that strategy at all. Cenk, as he said, these people are already corrupt. They already have not been serving their constituents the way that their constituents would like to be served, and people are naturally looking elsewhere. And when you put that into the greater context of these last 10 years under some version of Trump, Democratic voters, including me, especially progressive voters, are very tired of seeing the Democrats not fighting for anything, constantly on the defensive, and somehow they're always still being caught off guard, even though we've been dealing with this man and this party and this administration for years by now. Nothing they do should be surprising. Why can't the Democrats just be better? Even if you're gonna be a minority party, why can't you be better at protecting the American people, protecting their rights, protecting the things that matter to them, instead of just constantly capitulating, losing, and expecting the American people to just vote you back into office?
Yeah, so number one, corporate Democrats are not my allies, they're my opponents. So he's like, oh, we're all on the same team. Really? Did you pass paid family leave? Did you pass minimum wage? Did you pass the public option, which is so simple? All these things poll is 70, 80%. Did you do any of that? Oh, you didn't do any of that. In fact, you blocked it, didn't you? A lot of you. And did you help us negotiate drug prices like Obama promised and Biden promised? No, you didn't, right? Why didn't you do it? Oh, golly gee, I'm a moron, I'm incompetent, I don't know how to do things. Paid family leave's at 84%. How stupid are you? How incompetent are you? How terrible a politician are you? Okay, fine. If you're a terrible politician, we should fire you anyway. It's at 84% and you couldn't figure out a way to pass it. It's at 74% with Republican voters, but your dumbass couldn't figure out how to pass it. No, you never tried because your donors told you not to try. You're all bought. You are not my friends. You are not my allies. In fact, you are interlopers, pirates that have taken over the Democratic Party, and you're now posing as Democrats when in reality you kill most of the Democratic policies. So, and then my favorite though, Yaz, is that they come in and they go, I raised all this money from ExxonMobil and Pfizer and APAC, and now the AI bros and the crypto bros. And now I got to use some of it on destroying an honest Democrat before I get into a fake fight with the Republicans. Yeah, they have the same money. You guys will do your fake fight, and it won't matter who wins because you'll both be pro AI bros, pro crypto bros, pro Israel, pro defense contractors, pro oil companies. No, you're not my friend, and you should get the hell out of our party. For God's sake, everybody, primary all the incumbents. There are a couple of good guys like Ro Khanna and a couple of others, but as a blanket rule, you should, unless proven otherwise, like Greg Casar, Ro Khanna, Mark Pocan, I could prove to you about a couple of dozen at most that have actually tried to do things for you guys. The rest of them are all sellouts, they're turncoats, they're corporate stooges, they're Republicans pretending to be Democrats, and yes, make them spend all their money fighting against an honest Democrat. My God, guys, last thing, Democratic voters, please stop listening to the liars at CNN who framed this article as like, can you believe, how dare these insolent populists make us spend any of the hard-earned money from ExxonMobil and APAC? How dare they, right? No, primaries are democracy. If you want to protect democracy, you would love and cherish primaries. It's the only place where we have a real choice. This is not a message against Democratic voters. This is the most important pro-Democratic voter message you will ever hear. Fight for your own policies. Fight for honest people who will represent you in the Democratic Party. If these corporate sellout goons win one more time, they're going to destroy the Democratic Party, because once they get back in charge, they will do what they always do, which is nothing. And then the American people will hate Democrats forever. Don't make that mistake. Make sure you vote all the bums out, especially Richie Torres, who's a giant sellout to a foreign government. One last guy, actually, come to think of it, Dan Goldman. So Dan Goldman is one of these people crying, oh, I'm an incumbent, they're making me waste my money, oh, right? Dan Goldman primaried incumbent. He was up against Mondaire Jones when he won his first race. So, good for the goose, but not good for the gander, right? Oh, no, I'm allowed to go, they were anti-Israel. We can make sure you defeat your mom in a curry bunch. Anti-APAC, where's the money? Those are the Democrats you should despise and you should vote against. I want to be perfectly clear about that. And so Dan Goldman, no tears for you. So go ahead. Not that Mondaire was a great guy, but at least Mondaire Jones was a Democratic incumbent. You chose to run a primary against him. So spare your totally BS fake tears for CNN, who'll scoop it up and drink and be like, oh, Dan Goldman tears. Oh, I love it. I'll write the article on his behalf. Poor Dan Goldman. Hey, the CNN schmuck reporter, did you not know that he ran against an incumbent? All right.
Yeah. Well, I just want to point out real quick, in 2024, 95% of incumbents were reelected into office. So once you become a member of Congress, however you get there, there is an understanding that I'm here to stay. As long as I want to stay here, I can stay. And that's not how our democracy is supposed to work. And Cenk, that was a great point about where and how these Democrats raise all their money. They got it from all these corporate donors. And this is now the money that they're mad about having to spend in service to the actual American people. And the irony of that is that the Democrats, they announced last year that they're going to actively and openly begin courting big corporate donors going forward, right? They said that to the American people. And prior to that, the Democrats had always prided themselves on having the support of the majority of actual real Americans, right? And every time you would get whenever you're looking at who is raising all the money during elections, you would see that the Democrats have a lot of smaller donations from more people. So that would suggest that they have more voters behind them. But now the Democrats are saying, we don't want to do all that work. We don't want to actually represent the will of the people. We're not even going to try to appease the people anymore, try to give them what they want. The Democrats really are doing the bare minimum as far as even pretending to like fight for the people at this point. And so, yeah, so they announced that they're going to go after this corporate money. And so they're saying this is our priority. These are the people or the corporations that we're trying to appease, and this is who we're governing on behalf of. And that is hardly a democracy. And I don't want Democrats in our Congress who feel that way. So yeah, primary them, get them out. Just because you won one election doesn't mean that you're entitled to win every election after that.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.